Okay, so we're going to talk about that glute rollout that we've been having trouble with. How do we go about it? Which directions are we trying to hit? Number one, we want to make sure that this upper glute up here is our main priority. That's your piriformis. Then we're going to roll all the way down to the bottom of that glute medius. So as you set yourself up on this roller, put yourself at an angle, find that pressure point. Keep in mind this top foot is almost no weight on it. Don't have it on the floor. My hands supporting my weight, and this back leg as well is just kind of assisting with this roll all the way down to that glute. Sit where that pressure point is, sit where it's not feeling super great, and then roll nice and slow down that muscle so we can unstick that sticky position. Okay, get all the way down to the bottom of that tailbone and then come all the way right back up to the very tippy top of that hip. We're not trying to get into that back, but if you notice, I'm right at the edge of this glute. Now, superset with this, you want to make sure you go into a pigeon stretch. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to set ourselves up in our double L's here. So my back leg is in an L, my front leg is in an L. My heel is lined up on my knee. As I come and roll forward, feel this stretch coming across this body, keeping this chest nice and tall still. We're going to rock into it, settle into it until you feel nice and loose. Once you're in this position, hold. Okay. And what we're actually going to do is we're going to rotate these feet right up and over to that other side. Same exact thing on this side. Settle into that roll. Settle into that stretch forward. Keep in mind, the higher that this heel is, the more stretch you're going to feel in that piriformis as you lean forward. Now, once you get to that position, we can even take it a step further out of this L and take this hip forward, stretch that hip through, punch those glutes, and then come right back down, switching sides. We're doing the same thing on the other side. Punch the hip through. This is going to activate those glutes to make sure that not only are they being stretched, but we're also allowing them to squeeze. Okay. Our next stretch is going to be this quad rollout. Set yourself up on this roller and keep in mind that as we get going, you're going to want to attack three parts of the quad: the inside, the middle, and of course this outside. This outside part of the quad is going to be the most engaged into that glute. So if your glute's hurting, odds are you're feeling some pain coming from the outside of that knee all the way into that hip, and we want to stop that at the source. So leaning all the way into this, I'm going to go all the way from kneecap all the way down to this hip, relaxing this quad, trying the best to sit into this stretch, this roll, this pressure. Find that knot. Right there is where I'm feeling mine, and we're going to hold. Okay, do the same thing with the inside of that quad. Roll yourself in, feel that pressure on that inside adductor, find that pressure, and hold. Once you're done there, you're going to kick one foot up onto this box, and your goal is to put your knee into the back very corner of this box. This is called the couch stretch. So drop that knee first. Once that knee is down, notice how my chest is completely folded forward. If I try and come up any higher, my body's telling me no because of how tight my quad is. So your goal is to get that knee as far back as you can and try and stand up, squeezing through that glute, keep that pressure through that quad, and you're going to start to feel that either something's not working, whether it's your glutes being too tight, pulling your hips backwards. Now that we're setting our hips to come forward, that tightness is going to bother you. Okay. For our third and final stretch, you can use a roller. I always recommend using a ball, but I couldn't find one today. And what you're going to do is you're actually going to place that ball down, and then you're going to sit on it just like this. Okay, extend that foot out and control it right back down. Feel that hamstring's pressure. Feel that hamstring hurt. Feel it scream. And we can even involve that lower glute here as we sit into that tailbone. Find that position, straighten that leg, unstraighten it. After you're done here, we're going to go ahead and take it straight into an adductor stretch. So now, this foot's going to come out, heels facing forward, and we're going to lean into it across our body. You should feel this inside hamstring wake up. You should feel it hurt. You want to stretch all three positions of this hamstring. This one being the first one, toe facing in, body facing forward, stretch that inside. Second one, leaning forward as much as possible. If you want to feel it more behind that knee, this leg is straight. If you want to feel it more behind that glute, bend that knee, lean forward. And finally, we're going to go ahead and turn that toe inward as we reach across our body. Feel that IT band, that outside hamstring really wake up for you. Those are your three stretches. Those are your three positions. You want to roll, adductors, piriformis up in these upper glutes, and finally this entire glute posterior chain.